Hey everybody, Nick from the Bass Hookup, and it's the beginning of the month, so we're doing our giveaway, and this giveaway is gonna be a big one. So I'm gonna do it right in the beginning. Hopefully all of you that left a comment throughout this month are watching this, and if you haven't left a comment, you need to get in the giveaway. It's just gonna get bigger and bigger with your guys' help. So this month, we're giving away a good chunk of change right here. So I'm about to show you guys our dashboard and then select that random comment. All right, so here's our dashboard. You guys, this is nothing fancy. I know the giveaway, you know, we start giving away more and more and more, should be fancy, but we don't have any fancy production here. All right, this is homegrown stuff. So this is the dashboard. The Bass Hookup, we're at 6,996 subscribers, 4 more away from 7,000. I'd love to hit 10,000 by the end of this year. And the only way we're gonna do that is obviously us putting out more videos and you guys subscribing. So look at this though. Right now, estimated revenue, $416. That means one of you guys is gonna walk away with $208 worth of Tackle Warehouse gift card, Amazon gift card, whatever kind of gift card you choose, $208. You're missing out if you're not in this giveaway. So the video that I selected for the random comment is Fishing the Delta in Horrible Conditions, which had 118, has 124 comments, but 118 unique comments. So we're gonna go right now to the random comment selector. Super fancy right here. I'll put the link to the video right there. And we're gonna kick this thing off and see who wins that big chunk of change right there. I mean, honestly, I wish it was me, but I can't win it. There you go. Got 'em for you. I think that's how you say it. At got 'em for you. Great way to spend the day on the Delta. Just a bummer the hell decided to pay you a visit. You are the winner. Congratulations. You win $208. Hit us up at thebasshookup@gmail.com and I'll get right back to you tonight. If you hit me up tonight, I'll get back to you tonight. If not, I will hear from you hopefully. If you do not reach out to us, we don't reach out to you. So if somebody, a scammer or something, reaches out to you saying, hey, you won at the Bass Hookup, you know, the giveaway, that's not us, unfortunately. If you see in the comments, somebody say, hey, you won, call this number or email this or blah, 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 that's not us either, because there are scammers out there, just want you all to know. So we're gonna get straight to the video now. It's gonna be about how to pre-fish for tournaments in the Delta specifically, because the Delta is a different beast. So hopefully you guys are interested in that, and it's tournament season. And there's also gonna be a bunch of Delta fishing footage over the last week that I've been out there. So make sure you stick around. It's gonna be a good episode. Congratulations again though. Email us, basshookup@gmail.com. All right, everybody. Today's video got a little bit something different. I've been out to the Delta twice in the last week and been pre-fishing for a tournament that's coming up this Saturday. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to getting you guys some footage there and hopefully bringing home some wood, bringing home some money, but little different video. I wanted to put those 2 videos out there. Probably, you know, with the 2 videos compared to, I'm gonna just make it 1 video and it's not even gonna be just me fishing out there in the Delta. I'm gonna be playing those clips while I'm talking, but I really just wanted to go through what I do to prepare for a tournament. And you can apply it as well. We'll talk a little bit about, you know, fun fishing versus tournament fishing, what I'm looking for, what my plan of attack is, and basically, really, how do I pre-fish for a tournament? Because it's completely different than what I do when I go fun fishing. And to me, if you wanna be a better tournament fisherman, you have to kind of change your approach when you're pre-fishing for a tournament versus just going out there for fun and catching fish, all right? Also, congratulations to the winner. Again, get a hold of us at thebasshookup@gmail.com and we'll get you your prize. So while I'm talking, like I said, I'll roll some footage from some of the pre-fishing I've done over the last couple days, but to give you an update, and I could give you a really good update on the Delta, because I've fished from Beaver, Sycamore, up in that northern area right there, but I fished Beaver, Hog, Sycamore the McCallamy, Rio Vista. I've fished almost out to Big Break, the track, all the way down to Widow's Island, Grantline, South Victoria, through South Victoria, all the way from like south Middle River, all the way up to Mildred, and then, you know, out east to 14 Mile, Wards, Disappointment. About the only place I have not fished, I didn't run Back and Rock, I didn't run into Sand Mound, all the 5 mile an hour places, really, those spots. I haven't been up to Snodgrass, I haven't been up to Liberty, and I haven't fished Whites. So everywhere else though, I'm gonna put a picture, I'll put a picture of a map, and like all in red is everywhere I've gone. So you'll see I've covered a lot of the Delta in those 2 days. And so to go over kind of my mindset in pre-fishing, it's like this. I want to cover a ton of water that I either am thinking about, you know, if I were to fish this tournament and fish my normal water, the run I've been catching fish on, and didn't do good, where would I be second guessing myself? Would I be questioning whether or not, should I have run up to Beaver? Are they in there? Should I rent out west? Are they out in Big Break? Should I have gone south? Are they way down in Grantline or Italian? So everywhere that I would second guess myself, that's where I go pre-fishing. And pre-fishing, I am looking, I'm not going out there. And to put it bluntly, I'm not going out there to have fun. Pre-fishing is a different thing, to me anyway. I'm not going out there to have fun and catch a bunch of fish. I don't expect to catch a bunch of fish. Of course I'm looking for fish, but even if I find fish and I get bit and I catch a good fish somewhere, I'm not gonna keep fishing there. I might catch 2 just to measure the quality, and I'm gone. All right, so that's the difference. If you hear all these guys, they win pre-fish. They went out and they, you know, they pre-fished 3 days in a row and they had over 20 pounds every single day. Come tournament day, they weigh in 12, 13, 14 pounds, and they don't know what happened because they're talking about it. You know, they went out there and they had 20 pounds a day. Like, of course, tournament day couldn't get bit. You know, what happened? Well, what happened is you caught all your fish, especially this time of year. There's fish up there on beds. They're looking for beds, and there aren't a whole lot of them. I mean, I haven't run over a lot of spots that are just absolutely loaded with fish. If they are, you're gonna see a lot of boats in those areas because there is no secret spot on the Delta. If you get into an area where there's 15 boats, that's probably a good sign that there's fish there. If you get into a spot where there's a bunch of sea lions going down the bank, probably a good sign that there was fish there. If you find a bunch of bedfish or something up shallow and you go to leave, or you're around that area and you see sea lions in that area, good chances are that those fish will not be there in the next 3 to 5 days, because a sea lion eats something about half its body weight in fish a day. So that's a lot of bass, and they're not dumb in the Delta. There's more and more every year, and they get up in those shallows and they know where those bass spawn. Like, they know the best spots, they know all the flooded islands. So that's why I'm trying to go, you know, pre-fish day, just go search for totally new areas. Find something away from the sea lions, find something away from the crowd. The Delta is huge. And when I talk about pre-fishing, it really does, it applies to everywhere, but it's more specifically the Delta, because the Delta is so big and it's always changing, right? Everything changes year by year. There's different Thule Islands. One Thule Island that you caught them on last year might be gone this year. So it really applies to the Delta. The lakes, they don't change that much. Year after year, the fish usually use the same banks to spawn. They set up on the same points and the same creek channels and the same rock piles. So you know, lakes a lot easier. A lot easier.
Right for it.
If you go fish a lake, you know, and that's all you fish is the same lake over and over for a couple years, you'll have that thing down. The Delta is not like that, and that's why I like it. It's different every year. There's not somebody out there that is just gonna smoke them every time. You always have a fighter's chance in the Delta of putting together a winning bag, because it's always changing. It changes every single day. And unfortunately, I mean, the sea lions are part of that. They change it every day. Like I said, you could find a winning bank on Friday, go out there tournament day Saturday, there's a sea lion there, and you don't get bit. So unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But that's my mindset. I'm going to those spots where I would second guess, if I fished the tournament day and did horrible, you know, where should I have checked? So I'm checking as much water as possible. And when I say checking the water, I am literally not even fishing that much. I'm trolling motor on high. I'm checking for the spots the fish are going to be in, that the hard bottom areas during the spawn, and even not during the spawn. So I'm talking areas that aren't
too hard, Gary.
Covered in slimy algae or just weeded out. Just areas that have a harder bottom. Some clamshell maybe, peat berms, stuff like that. Also the inside weed lines, you know, where on those banks do the weeds come off the bank a little bit and there's that trough inside. Or maybe I'm inside of a flooded island. Where is that? Is there a lane out there, or a hole in the weeds about the size of my boat? Just minute little things where those fish well set up, and I could go back there and catch them tournament day. Not so much pre-fishing, because I'm not fishing for them a lot. I'm flying down the bank, and this time of year, if there are fish on a bank and you go down a bank on low tide and you see nothing, there probably aren't fish there, because those fish are still going to be up shallow. They're still going to show themselves. You'll spook them out of the weeds. If you have your trolling motor on high and you're flying down the bank, you know, you could go down hundreds of yards of bank and see, you know, one every 50 yards. Oh, there's 2-pounder. But you'll hit bank where you'll go through it and, oh, there's one. Oh, there's another one. There's another. There's a 5-pounder. Oh my gosh, there's one. That's huge. There's 10. Oh, there's a 7, right? That's what I'm looking for. Pre-fishing is flying down the bank, trolling motor on high. If there's a bedfish, do I stop and fish for it? No. Well, I got a tournament coming up, so I'm not going to stop and fish for it. And you guys say, well, you know, that fish probably not going to be there Saturday. Well, maybe not. Maybe not, but maybe that's a male. And that male could be there a long time. That male could be there a week before that female shows up. If the male ain't there, the female's not showing up. So if you want to catch that male and, you know, hope it goes back to that bed, it probably will, it might. But if you transport it somewhere else, it definitely is not going to. And I'd rather just not catch it. I just go down the bank, fly, mark them on my GPS, come back tournament day. So that's what I mean. Like, it's
water right here.
It's good to see the whole delta too, to see what the conditions are right now, what the water clarity is. So I can tell you, like in Sycamore, the water's gin clear, super clear. I can see everything. I mean, I can see 10 feet down in Sycamore. McCalmey's muddy. 1 foot visibility maybe. Up out near like Rio Vista, I'd say it's like 2 foot. It's like dirty but clear. It's weird to say that. It looks good. It looks fishy actually. I like it there. 2 to 3 foot visibility of your bait. I can't necessarily see the bottom, but you know, you can see your bait come through the water pretty good. And then the track.
My brother, he
looks,
told him,
you know, the watercolor looks fishy there too. I'd say 2 foot visibility or so. Same thing like that.
Around this point.
That springtime green color to it. Not too clear. You go all the way down to like Italian Slough.
Going for a big one.
Little clear. It's still got a stain to it, but I'd say 3 feet, 3 to 4, depending on where you're at.
Oh, it's off the rock side right here.
And what I saw for water temps all around the Delta was anywhere from 58 to 61 degrees. So I didn't see anywhere that was way up there, and I didn't see anywhere that was cold, you know, a lot colder than anywhere else. So I'm just looking again on those certain banks, flying down the banks, looking for a stretch where I'm spooking a bunch of big fish, tournament winning fish, because again, it's a tournament in my mind, fishing the Delta for the last 15 years. I'm always thinking that 30-pound mark, especially this time of year. I'm always thinking the 30-pound mark. So if I don't see big fish on that bank, it's probably not going to be a tournament winning spot. So that's another thing, you know, if you go down a bank and you see a bunch of 2-pounders, 3-pounders, it could be good. The females could be around. 2 and 3 pounders aren't gonna win you a tournament, right? You catch 15 pounds, you're gonna be maybe probably middle of the pack. If there's 100 boats, you'll probably be in 50th, somewhere around there with like 14, 15 pounds.
Call one up to
I would think, you know, if the Delta's fishing right.
And see it. You don't need to.
That's what we're doing. So flying down the bank, not even making a ton of casts. You can see in the video I throw the Mafiley tripworm, just bombing it, fan casting out there, seeing if I could get one to come up on it. Chucking the copperhead around, seeing if I could catch a fish here and there on that. But for the most part, pre-fishing is not that fun. Now, why I want to do that is, one, I could find a spot that has a ton of fish, right? I could find the winning spot. I can find a spot away from everybody. 2, if I don't find that, that's fine. That's totally fine. So don't go out there and think, God, you know, I went and fished all these new spots and they sucked. I didn't see anything. It was horrible. I wasted my time. You didn't waste your time. Because now you could just focus on your water that you would normally fish anyway. So at this point for me for the tournament, I eliminated.
This isn't out of water.
90% of the Delta right here. So I have confidence now that on tournament day I don't have to run. I don't have to run around. I don't have to run way south, way north. I don't have to run any of these new bodies of water where I haven't fished. To try to find fish, I could focus in on just the areas that I would normally fish and stay, you know, in a more concentrated area of the Delta and maximize my time just picking those apart and just staying there. I'm not gonna run around like crazy. I kind of already have seen where I've seen big fish, where I've seen more fish, quantities of fish, concentrate on those spots and not have to run around. And you know, after fishing 15 years, that is one downfall, is that I have a lot of spots in my mind. I've caught fish, so you're always thinking, you know, are you in the right spot? Are you throwing the right thing? So by eliminating that in pre-fish, I could really focus in on a couple key areas and narrow it down and just make the fishing time that much more manageable and maximize my time in areas I have confidence that there's fish in. So that's the difference. The fun fishing, of course, I'm gonna go just fish the spots that I know there's fish. If I want to make a video for you guys and catch a bunch of fish, I'm not going to go run around in a bunch of new water. I'm going to go, and if you know I want to just catch fish, I'm going to go to spots I would fish in the tournament. That's where pre-fishing, fun fishing is different. Okay, so you know, I've known guys, like I said, that win pre-fish every time, catch a bunch of fish, big fish, have pictures. But that's my one tip for you guys. If you want to do really well in these tournaments and you watch like Scott Martin, you watch, it could be Ben Milk, and any of these YouTube guys, I mean, but this is like a lot of them do the same thing.
Oh, you have to.
Tell me this, how many times have you heard the guy that won get up on the mic, it could be in the Bassmasters, it could be an MLF event, say that, you know, I had the worst pre-fish of my life. Worst pre-fish of my life, couldn't catch a fish. I would have been happy with 5 fish a day and I ended up winning.
Just stick with it.
That's because they eliminated a ton of water. Eliminating water is just as important as finding the winning fish. Trust me. It's happened to me a bunch of times, and usually pre-fish isn't fun. Usually it's not, but it helps your mind concentrate on a few key areas and just stay focused instead of your mind running like crazy, wondering if you should be there, shallow, deep, suspended fish, should I be throwing this or that?
South side.
Just focusing in, even better, you could just focus in on like 3 rods. Anytime I've had,
they don't want that.
You know, 2-3 rods on my deck, usually end up doing really good. So narrow down the spot, narrow down the baits, and focus your concentration. That's what this style of pre-fishing will do for you. Or you find some secret spot out there, which rarely ever happens, and you run to that and you catch them there. So that is all I have for you guys.
I think there are
again.
I think
there's no such thing as a bad pre-fish. You just eliminated water. It's just as important as finding water. Sometimes more important. So you can just focus on that water that you already pretty much, you know, in the back of your mind, you knew you were going to run there anyway. But now you don't have to guess and wonder about all that other water you didn't fish because you fished it during pre-fish. So hopefully you guys, you know, enjoyed this video and you saw, you know, everywhere I ran, burned a bunch of gas, and maybe I'll see some of you guys out there in the tournament. I'll have this thing uploaded. Again, keep on subscribing, leaving that comment, because we give away at the beginning of every month half our YouTube income, and you guys are making it bigger and bigger, so we're giving away more and more and more. I mean, it would be amazing one day to give away, you know, $2,000 a month. That'd be pretty crazy. So again, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you're a tournament fisherman, you know, take some of these tips and hopefully, you know, apply them to your circuit, to this year, and hopefully you guys have a great year, catch a bunch of fish, and we'll see you next time.